Hi everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. So in today's video I will be talking about the new moon that occurring in the sign of Taurus on the 11th and 12th of May, depending on where you are in the world. So here in the UK it occurs on the 11th of May. So new moon is occurring in Taurus at 21 degrees, roughly 21 degrees. So if you have planets near that sign, near that degree in Taurus, so you'll feel a little bit more personal effect of this new moon on you or in your life. So what is new moon? New moon is a time when the sun and the moon both are on the same side in your chart. So it's in the same sign and in the same house in your chart. Now both the sun and the moon are in the sign of Taurus. Now Taurus is an earth sign. It's a fixed earth sign. So this sign is all about stability. It's all about dependability. It's a very earthy sign. So it's going back to nature. It's really planting new seeds for it to grow in future. So you're planting seeds of intention. Whatever you want to achieve in life, whatever you are working towards, even prior to this new moon, you are sowing the intent. You're making it more firm and more grounded, more stable, and you're working towards that. So this new moon in Taurus gives you that ability to really refocus your energy and focus your energy. If it's scattered energy, it's a fixed sign, it's a fixed earth sign, so you will feel a bit more focused, and your focus will be a little bit more single-minded during this time. Now with the sun and moon both in the sign of Taurus, it's forming a very harmonious aspect with most of the planets in the chart during the new moon. So Mars is in the sign of Cancer. So the new moon is is sextiling with the Mars in Cancer, which is fantastic. And also it's forming a very harmonious aspect with Neptune, which is in Pisces during this time. That's been there for quite some time. Now Uranus is already in the sign of Taurus, and Uranus is this game-changing energy. It's the rebooting energy. It brings about sudden changes. So this new moon can trigger this changes in your circumstances in whichever area of life it's in your birth chart, whichever house it sits in. So it's a very good time to really think over and re-strategize and rethink over what is it that you are working towards, and if there's anything that needs fixing and readjusting. It's a great time to do that, at least on more of a thought level, and putting it down, like the intention down to make that changes. Now the new moon in Taurus will give you the chance for fresh starts, and because it's a very earthy, dependable, stable sign, so you are thinking a little bit more on a structured and practical way. So whatever you want to achieve, whatever goals and ambitions that you have, you feel a little bit more practical in your approach during the new moon in Taurus, and you are a little bit more your mind is more structured and organized how to go about achieving that. Now the new moon is sextiling with Neptune in Pisces and with Mars in Cancer. So it's a great time to have a creative solution and more artistic solution to if any there are roadblocks or any obstacles that you face. So it's a great time to do that, and you will feel a little bit more determined to take that step towards whatever you want to achieve. Now this new moon is not without any conflict either. So new moon in Taurus is squaring the planets in Aquarius, which is Saturn and Jupiter. So you may feel this constant need for comfort and that emotional support around you. You may feel that need, that you need this more during this time. Also you may be possibly hiding your emotional feeling, what you really inherently feel from within during this time. So you may be masking or putting up a incorrect, a wrong front in front of the people. So it's important to be at least true to your own needs and what you truly want from inside, because Saturn and Jupiter is a pull and push energy on this new moon, and because it's squaring, it is causing you a bit of a conflict in terms of how to express your emotional need and how to depend on your own self to assert your emotional needs. Whatever you need in life it can come out from your own self. Depending too much on other people for that emotional support is great if it's coming in a constructive manner, and it's coming towards you in a more healthy way. But if you have to change yourself or be somebody else in order to achieve that emotional support, then it's not going to be worthwhile in the long run. So it's important to understand your own emotional needs, what it is, structure it, organize it, rethink it. What is it you want, and how do you want to go about doing that? Because the answer is within you. So look within yourself and have the approach to be more organized and around this time, and any fresh starts that you are seeking will come your way if you're organized and structured within yourself. So now let's begin with each sign of the zodiac and see how this new moon in Taurus will affect each one of them. So first up is Aries. Now for you Aries, the Taurus is your second house, and so this new moon occurs in your second house. Now second house is all about finances and your values. It's also with the food you eat. So these are the themes that needs a fresh start during this new moon in Taurus, and you're feeling a little bit more structured. You will feel more structured and more organized to take steps in these directions. So if you're feeling the need to start a new job where you can have an increment in your salary, in your income, you will feel a little bit more organized and structured, and you will know better what to do to achieve that goal. So there would be opportunities as well, if that's what you're seeking, to increase your income. You will have these increased money making capabilities during this time. It's also a great time to budget your finances in case you're not on top of your finances and you need a more budgeting, a more plan to go forward, how to manage your finance, your personal income, and your savings, and just general financial plan. It's a great time to put that in place and have a plan for the future, how you want to organize your money aspect in your life. Now food habits and your value system as well will need looking into, because this is a good time to start a new eating habits, food regime. So if you want to improve your health, and this is a good time to start a healthy regime, a more improved food habit. So it's a great time to do that. Now the second house is also about your possession, the things that you value, your resources, your assets, what you own. So this new moon in Taurus can trigger any kind of a purchase, something that you wanted to buy and you haven't bought it yet. You were saving to make this purchase, and you will have this opportunity to make that purchase that you wanted to do. Now this may not be a big purchase like buying land or house or car. It may not be that kind of purchase, but it could still be a splurging, something that you wanted to buy for yourself, that you were saving or you were holding back on and until this time, and now is the opportunity that you think that you're in a financial situation that you can spend a little bit of money on something that you desired, something that you want for yourself. Now the Neptune is in Pisces in your 12th house, and this new moon is making this connection with Neptune in Pisces. So 12th house is a house of basically it's house of recharging your energies. It's a house of taking a step back and thinking over what you want to do. It's time to be inspired as well, and to use your creative skills to find creative solutions. And this new moon aspecting your 12th house and your Neptune in there will give you some kind of more stability in terms of emotional. You might also feel sometimes to splurge a lot, but it's okay to buy something that you wanted to buy and you want to treat yourself, but still keep a tap on your finances. So don't get too carried away with splurging too much and then ending up with a financial crisis later on. So keep your, because Neptune, though it's in a harmonious aspect, but still Neptune is Neptune. It can still give a bit of a smokiness, a bit of confusion regarding the matters, its aspects. So with second house, your money aspect, and with new moon being there, it's time for a fresh start, and you might get a pay increase or a bonus or something, and you might think that, oh, it's a good time to really splurge. But it's also important to treat yourself, but also be mindful of not getting into a financial crisis. So keep a tab and put down a budget plan, a financial plan, so that you're able to manage your fiscal aspect of life a bit better. Now, Venus and Mercury is in the sign of Gemini during this new moon, and this is in your third house. So it's a great time for a lot of community activity and a lot of socializing. So you will feel a little bit more charged up to do these things, and you will go out and meet people, and meet new people as well, or meet old friends. So it's a good harmonizing energy. So the new moon in Taurus will make you a little bit more careful in terms of socializing, but nevertheless you will be interested in doing that a lot, because Venus and Mercury is personal planets, and it's in your third house of networking. So you will be you will want to go out and network and socialize. Now the new moon will make you a little bit cautious in terms of socializing, but there's also Saturn and Jupiter in your 11th house, which is your social circle. So there's a lot of activities happening around your friends, your social circle, networking and all that. So you will be a little bit more emotionally careful and cautious, but nevertheless you will be interested in doing going out and socializing and networking with people. So overall, I will say, Aries, for you during this new moon, you are really seeking fresh start in terms of your finances, and also in terms of your job and career. So you may be wanting to take up new jobs or go for job interviews in order to increase your financial situation, in order to better your financial situation. You may also get a promotion or a bonus or something like that that improves your financial situation, and you have better income going forward. So it's important to keep a tap on your financial situation and how you're budgeting and how you're spending your money, so that you don't end up in a crisis. Also, you are spending time with your social circle and your friends, so it's important to just balance everything out. So there would definitely be changes in terms of how you're compensated, and your financial security will improve, but it's also important to keep a tap on your budgeting and spending, and not be impulsive about splurging. So keep an eye on that, and everything should be fine. Taurus, for you, the new moon in Taurus occurs in your first house. Now the first house is the house of self, it's the house of you, and it's a house of your appearance, your impression that you give on other people. And also it's the house of your life path, your destiny in the world, and how you go about projecting yourself and appearing to other people and to the world. So it's a great time, Taurus, to have a fresh start in these matters. It's a great time for you to really reinvent yourself in order to project yourself differently, if that's what you are looking for. So it's a great time to sow the seeds of intention and move in that direction during this new moon. Now there's a lot of harmonizing energy for you, Taurus. There's planets in water signs and earth signs, which is really helpful for you, Taurus, because you're an earth sign. Neptune in Pisces and Mars in Cancer, and you have Sun, Moon and Uranus in your own sign in Taurus. So it's a great time to really project yourself differently, also have a different approach in life. Now projecting yourself differently to the world also could mean that you want to start a new health regime, or you want to improve your health or a diet, or just your physical appearance. You want to change that and improve that. Or it could just mean something very or superficial, like you want to change your appearance, your clothes, your hair, the way you look. you want to change that, you want to present yourself in a different manner during this Taurus new moon. And that's a great energy to have, that to make those changes, because it's all very harmonizing and effective. Because if you do make these changes, you will see positive outcomes related to that. So if you're projecting yourself differently in front of your audience, you will see the effect, the positive effect of these things. Now, when new moon occurs in an angular house, which is first house is an angular house, so you will see some kind of changes or opportunity for a fresh start in all areas of life. You could feel that there is an opportunity to have new beginning in your personal life, and that could be in your home environment, in your relationship, also in your career. So any of these matters that you want a new start, this is a great time. It is Taurus season, so it is your season, Taurus. So it's perfect time for you to make that move towards improving yourself, or changing anything that you want to reinvent yourself, or just projecting yourself differently. It's a great time to do that. Now, this new moon is making a very harmonious aspect to the Neptune in Pisces, which is in your 11th house. Now, 11th house is the house of your social circle and your friend circle. So you are feeling really energized to socialize and to spend time in your friend circle, and it's a harmonizing energy. So it's a great time to do that. If you have not been doing that lately, it's a great time to go out and make those connections. So you are very much ready to step out and socialize and embrace and connect and bond with people, but be mindful not to get lost in the crowd, and keep your emotional needs in mind while you're asserting yourself outwardly, and so that you don't get overwhelmed in a crowd and get lost in the crowd. So keep your needs in mind and assert your needs positively and constructively in the social group, or in the world at large, or wherever you are interacting, whomever you're interacting with. So keep that in mind. Now, Venus and Mercury are in the sign of Gemini in your second house, and the second house is the money house. So it's a great time for you to present yourself in a way that helps you increase your income and improves your money making capabilities. Venus and Mercury is really helping you to present yourself in a more appealing way and attractive way, that you're able to make those improvements in life. Now, Saturn and Jupiter is in Aquarius in your 10th house, which is squaring to this new moon. So you may feel a little bit sometime at odds with what is it you want to achieve, and what is your goals and ambition in life, and how you want to project yourself. So there might be a conflict, a clash between that. But if you channel your energies in a way that you can work with this energy going forward, you will achieve a lot, Taurus. And it's your season, so it's a great time to make these changes, have these new beginnings to improve your situation, whether it's your finance related, your income related, your career related, your social circle, all these areas. This is a great time to have these fresh starts. And it's important to keep the focus on yourself, Taurus, because new moon is in your first house. So you need to keep yourself in the center of all this, and you don't lose your core needs. So keep the focus on yourself and assert your needs positively outwardly, so that you are able to find a balance with all the other aspects of your life, but still not get overwhelmed and lose your own center and lose your own sense of being. So assert your needs and keep your emotional needs in mind while you are interacting and bonding with the world and making these changes. Geminis, for you, the new moon in Taurus occurs in your 12th house. Now, the 12th house is the house of seclusion. It's a house of solitude. It's a very spiritual house. It deals with your subconscious and unconscious self. So during this new moon, Geminis, you are probably feeling a little bit withdrawn, and you want to spend a time just by yourself. and it's a great time to do that. This is your opportunity to recharge your energies, to come out into the world when when it's Gemini season, which is after Taurus. So then you will feel a little bit more energized with the other energies, more in tune with your sign. So but during this Taurus new moon, it's a great time to just take a step back and relax and recharge your energies. And you might be feeling a bit low in energy during this time, and you just not feeling very energized to take things forward. But it's perfectly fine, because this is a time when you are supposed to take a step back and understand your inner needs and emotional state and your comfort level. It's very important. So recharge yourself during this time, and then move forward full with full energy when it's Gemini season, which is in a few weeks time. Now new moon in 12th house, sometimes because it's a house of low energy, where your energies are a little bit more depleted. So in terms of your health, you might not feel up to it. So it's a perfect time to just relax and just recoup yourself, and just, if you can go and go to a retreat where you can have a spa treatment, or meditation and yoga, where you can really recoup yourself and rejuvenate yourself and your energies. It's a great time to do that. It's not a time for you Geminis to really be all full of action. So, and take care of your health, because it's important, because new moon in the 12th house can affect the health aspect as well. So be mindful of that, Geminis. So do consider spending time by yourself, in having more quiet hours for yourself in seclusion, where you have this opportunity to heal your mind, body and soul, Geminis. Now the good thing about this new moon is that it has very harmonious aspect with other planets. So it's in harmonious aspect with Neptune in Pisces and with Mars in Cancer. So it's quite helping in terms of really setting the intention to what is you really to truly desire. And you can think and rethink about what is it you want, or how you want to take it forward, and have creative solution for whatever goals and ambitions that you have. And think about it during this time, Geminis. And if you're feeling a bit directionless and you don't know which way to go forward, how to take your ambitions forward, whatever you desire, how to achieve those, and you may be feeling a bit directionless during this time, it's a good time to just slow down and think over it, and just charge yourself, so that you have a more clear mind to think where do you want to go and what life direction you want to take. Now Venus and Mercury both are in Gemini during this new moon, and it's in your house, in your first house, Geminis. So it's a great time to take any kind of decision regarding yourself and your all aspects of life, any life path, the directions or anything. It's a great time and quite helping and supportive time for you to assert yourself and your needs. So, and it's also important to think about this thing in solitude. So what is it you want to do, how you want to take your career forward, what direction you want to take your career, and what is your own self direction in life going forward, Geminis. So it's a great time to think over that, re-strategize, put your thinking cap on, and think what is it you want to do, and do it in quiet time and solitude, where you have more of a time to mentally give yourself in the whatever direction you want to go forward. So Saturn and Jupiter both are in Aquarius during this new moon, Geminis, and it's in your 9th house. So 9th house is about your own philosophy and meaning in life. What is it? What is your belief system? What is it that you really truly believe in and understand? What is your understanding of what's going on in your life? It's a house of personal expansion and higher learning. So if you're learning something new and interacting with different cultures and expanding your personal horizon and your mindset during this time, it's a good time to think about these things and think about it in a more on a personal level and a more on a quiet time level. So give yourself some time to think about what is it you are, what are your future plans, how do you want to expand on a personal level, how do you want to, where do you want to go, what are your goals and ambitions, what is your future plan, what is it you want to achieve going forward for this year, the rest of the year and next year and beyond. So do the thinking now and really use this quiet time to and have a wholesome picture of what is it you want to achieve in future. Now Geminis, you are by nature very active and very want to be everywhere kind of energy, but this is a good time to just calm down and take a back seat and really think about what is it you want to plan. And in the next month, when it's your Gemini season, you can actually really move forward and with that supercharged energy, and you are able to achieve whatever you want to achieve going forward when the sun is in the sign, in your sign. So overall, Geminis, for you, this new moon, what it's trying to tell you is to focus on yourself, to focus on your subconscious level, on your unconscious self, and what is your understanding of things. Now, don't much worry about what other people have to say or what other situations you might find yourself in, which is not really constructive and positive for you. If you're understanding your own emotional need and your emotional state, then you will be able to do the best for yourself. And that is what this new moon is teaching you. So take time off and just think about what are your future plans and how you want to move forward. And it's a great time to focus on your own health and well-being and yourself, how you're projecting yourself to others and to the world, and think about it, and you will be able to assert your needs the way you want to going forward, Geminis. For you, Cancer, the new moon in Taurus occurs in your 11th house. Now, the 11th house is the house of your social circle. It's the house of your friend circle and your hopes and wishes and your future plans and your projects. So anything of these sort is related to your 11th house, and that's where the new moon is occurring. Now this new moon is in a very harmonious aspect with the Mars in your first house in sign of Cancer. So you're feeling very energized to make new starts and have new beginnings in matters concerning your 11th house, which is your social circle, friend circle, any new projects or any new organization or clubs that you are part of or you want to join. So you're feeling very energized to take steps in these directions. Now you will have the opportunity to do that because Mars is in your first house, so it's in a harmonious aspect to this new moon, which is about new beginnings. So you're very energized and even impulsive to take these steps. So you need to be careful what you're associating yourself with and what steps you're taking in terms of your future projects. So be careful and mindful that whatever you're getting into resonates with your true self and your true nature, and you're not just getting into something just because there's an opportunity and it looks a great opportunity to get into. So do some thinking about it and understand your emotional needs. What is it you really want to associate yourself with, and what kind of friend circles and what kind of causes or organization you want to be part of. So don't lose yourself in the crowd, and because this can overwhelm you as well if you are part of something that you don't inherently want to be part of, or you initially felt it's a great idea but then it doesn't turn out to be like that. So think about it and be less impulsive and do more thinking as to where you want to go. Now, once you've done the thinking and you have associated yourself with organization or any projects that you really want to be part of, it will be very fruitful and you will see the outcome, the positive outcomes going forward. So any hard work that you put in these directions, you will see the positive outcome, and people will support you, and this will all help you in getting a better salary or improved job position or a promotion or something like that. you will feel all that, and you will see the positive outcome of all these thinking and associating with others in a positive way. Now this new moon is making a very harmonious aspect with the Neptune in Pisces, which is in your 9th house. So the Neptune from 9th house is aspecting your 11th house of social circle, and 9th house is the house of your personal belief, your personal self, what is your meaning of life, what is your belief system, what you understand, what is your understanding of your own self and of your surrounding and the world at large. So you could be really making contacts and bonding with people and networking with people and making these special connections within your social circle through higher learning and through people from distant places too. So connecting with people from different culture or abroad or far off land, and is helping you to expand your personal horizon, and you are making these positive connection, which is at the end is helping you grow. There's also a square to this new moon from Saturn in Aquarius, and which is in your 8th house. Now 8th house is about trust, it's about collaboration more on intimate level. So you feel a little bit at odds in balancing your philosophies in life and your own personal beliefs with collaboration that you're getting into, which requires more commitment from you. So you will feel that the need to balance. You might feel a bit of discomfort in these areas around this new moon. So the main thing is to focus on really what is your needs, what is your emotional needs, and keep that at the center of all this, and you will be able to make correct decision if your mind is clear and you're able to think more clearly in terms of where you want to take your life and what projects you want to get involved and what social circle you want to get involved. And even if it is the involvement is required a little bit more on deeper level, you will be able to commit to that if your mind is clear and you really know what you want to get out of these collaboration and projects and these connections. So keep your mind clear and keep your inner needs in focus and move forward from there. Now Venus and Mercury is in the sign of Gemini during this new moon, and for you Cancer, it's in your 12th house. Now 12th house is a very artistic and is a house of inspiration and your subconscious inspiration, the inspiration that comes, it's almost like divine inspiration that you get. With Mercury and Venus there, you are feeling a more artistic and creative, and you are even feeling a bit more gracious during this time. So this will give you the power of persuasion and diplomacy and eloquent speech during this time, and you'll be very effective in a social circle. And the collaboration that you're getting into, you'll be able to talk yourself in a nice, happy environment and a supportive environment. You may be able to get support from your social circle through this because you have your speech and you're quite inspired. So Venus and Mercury together in sign of Gemini really makes your speech a little bit more inspired and inspirational to others, and in a social circle, while you're collaborating with people, be it in your local environment or even over social media. When you're interacting, your speech is so eloquent that people listen to you and they are inspired by you. So it's a great time to use your speech to achieve whatever you want to achieve, your goals and ambitions, Cancer. So overall, Cancer, I would say this new moon in Taurus is quite a harmonious and supportive time for you. So if you are able to assert yourself and your needs in a social circle, and you're able to get involved in an organization or group activities where you're able to progress and make move forward and achieve your goals and ambitions, and your speech will be very gracious, and you will be able to inspire other people through your speech, and as a result, and with collaboration with other people, whether it's from different cultures or over social media, or your audience will be spellbound by your speech, and you will be able to make these connections and achieve and gain from these connections in terms of future projects and all going forward, Cancer. Leos, for you, the new moon in Taurus occurs in your 10th house. Now the 10th house is an angular house, and it's a house of your career, your status, your public status, your goals and ambitions, your life direction, and what is it you want to achieve in life. So that's what your 10th house is. Now during the new moon in Taurus in your 10th house, you are probably feeling a sort of a change in direction in your career aspect, or you have the opportunity to make new beginnings, because there is a lot of emphasis on your 10th house, Leos. There is a Uranus in your 10th house, so you're already feeling a kind of a shift in terms of your career for a couple of years now, and you are consciously making these changes, and you are moving forward in to do something you associate yourself more with, or you feel more satisfied and fulfilled as a creative person. So you are heading towards that, and this new moon is re-energizing you in these aspects. So if you have been thinking about doing something, or if there's something in the pipeline and you want to move that forward, this is a great time to sow the the seeds of intention, and have that fresh start and new beginning in this direction. And if you're not already doing this, Leos, you might feel a bit stuck in your career and a bit directionless, and you don't know what to do. So use this time to think about what is it you want to do and how you want to take your life forward. What is your vocation? What is your calling in life, and what makes you fulfilled? So all this is so it's a good time to rethink your strategy in terms of your career and how you want to present yourself and to the world. Now, if you are experiencing any kind of career changes in terms of or job changes, and you don't know where you want to go forward, so if you're feeling stuck in your career or in your job and you don't know how to get out of it and what steps you should take to move forward, this new moon in Taurus will give you that opportunity to really rethink and give you a clear mind, make you more emotionally stable to make this decision, and to understand what is your inner needs and what is it that really makes you happy. And you will have this opportunity, or a little bit more clarity in terms of the direction you want to take, and then you'll be able to, and it's a good time to take some steps in that direction, at least sow the seeds, so that in future you're able to reap the rewards of the efforts that you have been putting. Now you do have Neptune in your 8th house, Leos, for quite some time, and it will stay in your 8th house until 2026. So if you're holding yourself back because you're feeling safe in a relationship or in circumstances, and you are feeling emotionally comfortable in there and don't want to come out of that situation, or if it is work related or career or job that you're feeling very safe because it pays the bill, even if it doesn't satisfy you and fulfills you, if you're feeling that safety due to that commitment, this new moon in Taurus will shake things up a little bit, and it will give you a little bit more structure your mind in a way that you will be thinking a little bit about what is it that really fulfills you, what is it that really makes you happy and satisfied, and you will have this opportunity to take some steps in that direction in terms of to shaking up your vocation and what is it you want to do in your life. And it's a great opportunity, it's a great time to take this opportunity to set your intention and rethink your or re-strategize your career goals and ambitions, and work from there. So for you, Leos, Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius in your 7th house, in the house of partnership and relationship during this time, during this new moon. And you have been taking and refocusing and channeling your energy more on your partnership. You are more serious about it now, and you're more serious about any kind of, not just personal relationship, even a relationship that is more on business or contractual level. So you are taking these things more seriously, Leos. Also, there is Venus and Mercury in Gemini in your 11th house. So this is your social circle. So you're taking your partnership, social circle, and any kind of connection and bonding and networking, all this more on a serious level, and these are really energized during this time. So all this is really helping you grow and is giving you the opportunity to, and support, you're getting that support from your social circle and your partnership, to grow and to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So you're trusting your social alliance and connections and your partnership a bit more during this time, and whole of 2021 and going forward as well, because Saturn will be there for 2.5 years in your 7th house. So you're taking relationship more seriously, and if it was something that was not working out before, you are refocusing your energy in that direction to make it work. Now, if it's already broken, then obviously it means you are moving away from it, and this could be a blessing in disguise for you to grow. This Taurus new moon is squaring the 7th house during this time, so you are definitely channeling your energy in such a way that you are a bit more serious about partnership, and this is both personal and contractual and business partnership, and you are able to form these alliances, social alliances and social connections that is helping you to achieve your career growth and your goals and ambitions. So overall for you Leos, this is a great time. New moon in Taurus is actually a great time to reset, refresh, and your career aspect and the vocation, what is your what is it you want to achieve, how do you want to present yourself, what is the public image that you want to form. It's a great time for you to make beginnings in these areas, and if you've not already been doing it, it's a good time to have that fresh start. So do trust yourself, Leos, and conquer any fears or insecurities that you have, and use the social connection and one-to-one interaction and bonding and any kind of connection that you have in life, and not just in your personal life and one-to-one interaction, but also on a larger, more social level, the interaction, the collaborations that you are trying to make. Use these energies, these positive energies towards you to grow yourself in the career and improve your public image, and achieve that status that you want to achieve for yourself. Virgos, for you, the new moon in Taurus occurs in your 9th house. Now, 9th house is about expanding your horizons, especially through long distance travel, higher learning, education, and just learning new philosophies and interacting with people from other cultures and experiencing new things related to other cultures. So that's what 9th house is about. Now, new moon in your 9th house is giving you the opportunity to expand your personal horizon, your mindset, and your philosophies in life through higher learning or interacting with people from different culture, or through travel if you can undertake a travel during this time. So the new moon in your 9th house gives the opportunity also to start maybe a new form of education or something you want to study or learn. It's a good time to put that in place. Now, you're feeling very adventurous and you really want to learn and grow yourself, and you are very involved in your own the growth of your own personal thought and how you see the world. What is it that you want to achieve for yourself in the future? You are really thinking about these things during the new moon, and it's a good time to do that. Now, Neptune is in your 7th house during this new moon for you Virgos, so it's forming a very harmonious aspect to this new moon. So it's a good time to create those one-to-one. So it's a good time to think about on a more larger perspective when you are interacting with people or forming partnership. Now, this new moon in Taurus aspecting the Neptune in Pisces in your 7th house is really making you more adventurous and even far-sighted in terms of how you see your partnership and how you want to get involved in one-to-one interaction, and the partnership could be personal and business. So if you're trying to form a business partnership or anything of that, you are looking beyond your your immediate environment. So in order to form good partnership, you are looking beyond your surroundings. You're looking to interact and form connections with people from abroad as well during this new moon, and it's a great time to do that. Now these one-to-one interaction and experience that you will form during this time and going forward will really open up your mind. These are the relationship that will open your horizon, your mindset, and you will see life and everything in your life and the world in a different light. So these interactions and connection that you're forming can even change how you see yourself, what is your own self-awareness, your moral code, your belief system. All this will go through an overhaul. Now Neptune in 7th house does give you a bit more dreamy and idealistic viewpoint when it comes to partnership, and you can sometimes lose yourself in a partnership. So in a partnership, you may not see the interaction, the one-to-one interaction and the connection that you're forming for what it truly is. You may be seeing through your own idealistic viewpoint. So as you're learning about yourself now and exploring your horizon, expanding your personal horizon, it's important for you to find a balance between your own belief system and how much you listen to your other half and people you are in partnership with. So keep your own inner needs and what your own focus is in mind when you are trying to explore and expand and learn new things, more than just relying on or blindly relying on partnerships. Now the focus is a lot on yourself exploring and expanding your mindset. It's a new moon in 9th house, really is a fresh start in your philosophies, and you are very eager to travel and expand your mindset and horizon through traveling. And if traveling is not possible during this time, you could also do this through higher learning or interacting with people online and through social media. So you are in a way traveling and your mind is traveling even though you're physically not. But if you can do that it's a great time, and it will really open up you to what's available in terms of going forward and making plans for your future. It's a great time to do that. Now your mind and heart is definitely wanting to travel and explore, but there's Saturn, the stern planet Saturn, in your 6th house of work, commitments, daily routine, and your health. So it's asking you to, while your mind is expanding and you're trying to expand your personal philosophies, it's also a good idea to focus on your health and work balance. It's important to look at your lifestyle and what you are doing on a daily basis and find a balance and take care of your health as well while you're exerting yourself in your work. So any positive lifestyle changes that you're trying to make through wanting to travel and opening up your mind, it's also important to look at what is going on in your daily life and find a balance between, so that you are able to achieve and balance both the areas. So your health, your work, what you're doing on a daily basis, and how you are wanting to make some positive changes in your life, how you're expanding yourself. So both the aspects can work together if you balance your life philosophies with the kind of lifestyle changes you want to make on your daily life. So this new moon is a squaring aspect to the Saturn in Aquarius in your 6th house. So there is conflict between your work commitments and your daily going-ons and wanting to travel and explore and expand your mind. But if you channel this energy, you could use this new knowledge that you have gained and the higher thought and the higher learning that you have achieved for going forward in your daily life, and thus you can make positive lifestyle changes by means of what you have learned. Now Virgo, by nature you're an earth sign, so you're not much into exploring and trying out new things, but Sun, Moon and Uranus all are in your 9th house in the sign of Taurus. So it's a totally different time for you now, and it's a great time to take steps in these direction to expand yourself through learning, travel, and really move forward in terms of your future plans and goals, whatever it is, to see it in a new perspective. So Virgos, you're going through almost a spiritual revolution. Your mind, body, and soul is all getting a reboot during this new moon, and for a few years, because Uranus has been in the sign of Taurus for you for a few years now. So during this new moon, you may feel a bit tied down because of your work commitments, but again, it's very important to use this opportunity to open up yourself and explore other things, other interests, and other experiences. It's very important to open yourself up to these things. You are a very realistic and practical side, Virgos, so you rather prefer to have a concrete thing in your hand than go after things that is not there, or is not available, or is not tangible. But this time, during this time, this new moon in Taurus, Virgos, do make that effort to go after things that may not seem real at first, but it will be as time goes on. So explore yourself and open your mind and take the risk to get out of your comfort zone and explore other experiences, Virgos. So overall, Virgos, I would say you are freeing yourself from any kind of toxic patterns or cycles that you have been feeling trapped all these time, whether it's financial related, work related, or relationship related, or anything of that sort. You are trying to free yourself, and this new moon in Taurus is changing your mindset. It's opening up your mind to take up this opportunity to free yourself and assert your own needs and look at yourself. What is it truly you want to do in future? What kind of relationship you want to be in the future? What kind of job you want to be in the future? And what kind of financial situation you want for yourself? So all this is very much going on in your mind, Virgos, and it's a good time to set these intentions during this Taurus new moon to open up your mind and expand your mind and take charge and be responsible for your own happiness and move forward towards that goal that you want to achieve with this energy, this new, fresh, refreshing, energized new moon in Taurus energy, Virgos. Libra, for you, the new moon in Taurus occurs in your 8th house. Now, 8th house is associated with finances, shared finances. It's also the inheritances or taxes, loans, anything that you get from other financial institution, or shared finances with your partner, or anything that you inherit or you gain from other people. So that's the 8th house theme. Now, new moon in Taurus in your 8th house is probably starting some kind of theme related to your shared finances. So maybe you are coming into an inheritance, or you are getting a loan from a bank. So these things can fructify during this new moon in Taurus. This could also possibly be that your spouse's finances has increased, or there's an improvement there, and now there is more money coming in the household. Now, Libras, the new moon in 8th house into the sign of Taurus will bring about some kind of financial opportunity for financial investment, and any financial commitment you get into during this time will be the outcome will be mutually beneficial for you in the long run. So it's a good time to get into something like that if that's what you're looking towards. And if you are making any steps towards this, it's a good idea to think about it properly, and then get into any kind of financial commitment. Now, Neptune is in your 6th house of daily life and work commitments for you, Libras, and new moon in Taurus is in a harmonious aspect to this Neptune in your 6th house. So you could have opportunity of some kind of financial benefit or profit through collaboration or work collaboration, or any kind of authority figure in your life, or through work. You could gain some kind of bonus or financial benefit. So there's a lot of focus on joint endeavors and joint finances, and in your life, and in any kind of financial commitments that you are intimately involved in terms of you with your partner on that level. These things are very much in focus during this new moon in Taurus for you Libras. With this new moon in the 8th house, you could also experience some kind of power dynamics or trust issues or commitment issues related to your finances. So it's important to show trust and loyalty to each other and be consistent in your feelings and commitments with each other. And this trusting nature is not just towards your spouse. It could be anyone that is helping you gain that financial benefit. It could be your spouse, a family member, or a banking institution, anybody that's through which you are gaining financially during this time, Libras. Now, 8th house is also to do with transformation and intimacy. So you will experience some kind of transformation or revolution in these areas as well, Libras. You might experience a sudden powerful shift in your committed partnership, in your committed relationship. And this could be not just with your spouse, it could be anybody with whom you're in intimate relationship in terms of your joint ventures, joint finances, and all that. So you will go through a kind of a transformation during this time, because you have Sun, Moon, and Uranus as well in Taurus in your 8th house. Now, Uranus is that rebooting energy. It's a changing energy, so it brings about sudden changes, and you might experience that in your 8th house matters, which is your joint ventures, joint finances, your intimacy level, your committed relationship, any kind of commitment that you have in your life. You will feel a kind of a transformation and growth and regeneration. If it's not something that is serving your purpose, it's not something that is helping you grow, you will see a kind of a change, and it could be a sudden change in these areas, Libra. Now, Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius in your 5th house during this new moon. Now, this Saturn in Aquarius is in a harmonious aspect to your sign, Libra, but not with the new moon in Taurus. So you might feel a certain conflict in terms of how you're creatively expressing yourself and asserting your needs, with balancing it with the commitments, the intimacy, the heavy commitments that you have in your life. So you might feel a bit of a conflict in these two areas. But obviously, if you channel your energy in a way that you are able to balance both the energies, then it's ultimately beneficial for you. So do use this new moon in Taurus, which is aspecting your 5th expressive and creative and passionate 5th house, to acknowledge what is it that really drives you, what is your inner passion. And this will really make you honor your own self-worth and your inner passions while you are in committed relationship. So do use your inner passion to guide yourself, Libras, because there's Venus and Mercury in your 9th house during this new moon, and it's asking you to explore and expand your mind and seek new ideas and open your mind to new opportunities that can come your way. And Mars is in the sign of Cancer in your 10th house, so it's a great time to use your emotional setting, your emotional need, inner need, to assert yourself. You might feel overwhelmed at times to balance all these energies, but it's definitely a very good idea to do something that you're passionate about, something that opens up your mind, and this will open your mindset. Your whole thought process will be improved, and this will help you to assert yourself a little bit more in your career and in just generally how you want to project yourself. And you are going through a great transformation in your personal committed relationship and your financial situation. So all this will help you start afresh in terms of how you're projecting yourself in the public eye, and what is your mindset and your philosophies in life. And you get a little bit more opportunity to assert yourself in terms of doing what you're passionate about as a result of improved financial situations, Libra. Scorpios, for you, the new moon in Taurus occurs in your seventh house. Now, Taurus is the opposite sign to Scorpio, so it's a very elevated position for the new moon to be in. So you feel very recharged, and new moon is already a very refreshing energy. It's energy that brings new beginnings, and you can set new intentions for new starts in your life in terms of your seventh house matters. Now, seventh house is your partnership, which is not just your personal relationship but also business partnership. So any kind of partnership relationship that you are have in your life, or if you want to create new ones, it's a great opportunity for that. So if you want to get married or you want to start a new committed relationship, it's a good time to initiate all these things. Now, if you're already in committed relationship and you already married and you have spouse, then you can use this new moon energy to energize your marriage and your personal relationship. So this new moon could open up your heart and give you new perspective how to approach your partnership and relationship, and how you can refocus your energy to improve situations if there's something lacking in there. And if it's already in a very good state, then it's a great time to refresh and add more passion to your marriage and to your business partnership or any kind of partnership that you have. You can really use this time to begin something new, or to refresh the energies related to your partnership. Now, with Neptune in your fifth house, which is forming a harmonious aspect to this new moon in Taurus. So fifth house and seventh house is all about romance and partnership. Now, you might be seeing your partner in a new light, and this new light could be idealistic and reflecting your own ideals, your own personal ideals. But nevertheless, you are seeing your partner in a brand new perspective, and the viewpoint is full of passion. So you are definitely feeling a bit more romantic during this new moon. This Taurus and Pisces equation, and with new moon and Neptune, gives a sense of idealism and artistic, creative, passionate mix to the whole partnership and romance thing. So any kind of meaningful and joyful relationship that you have during this time, during this new moon, will get kind of a boost, and it will almost be inspiring to you during this time, and it will bring you joy during this time, Scorpios. Now, if you are thinking of getting into a partnership or marriage with your ideal partner, or the one you think that is ideal, it's a great time to initiate that. Your personal relationship will totally get a fresh start, a new beginning during this time. So for you Scorpios, there's also a lot of focus on your fourth house matter since the beginning of this year, because Saturn and Jupiter both moved in your fourth house in the sign of Aquarius. Now, fourth house is the house of where you feel emotionally comfortable, and this new moon in Taurus is squaring your fourth house matters. So this square between this Taurus and Aquarius planets, what it does is that your ideal partner could be more traditional and stable kind, but the kind of home environment you want to create is like more progressive and more independent and freedom seeking. So that's where the conflict can occur. If your partner is more a traditional mindset, and the home that you have created is more, or you want to create is more open-minded, then you might have a bit of a conflict. So in order to avoid this conflict or any conflict that can arise from this, especially during this new moon, it's important to keep everything in perspective and be a little bit more flexible about balancing both the energies, both your seventh house energy and your fourth house energy. So overall, Scorpios, this new moon in Taurus brings you the opportunity to have a relationship makeover. So if there is something that's not working in your relationship, you could improve that, or refocus your energies to be a little bit more serious about having positive outcome in terms of your partnership. And if you're seeking partners, and if you're seeking new partners, then it's a great opportunity to to find what is ideal, your ideal partner. So there's a powerful shift happening in your 7th house matters, Scorpios, for a couple of years now. So it's a good time to liberate yourself from any stuck energies and improve your relationship dynamics, and also find a balance with your home energy, your own emotional self. What is it that you want for yourself, and any emotional independence that you seek, because Aquarius is your 4th house, and inherently you do need some sort of emotional freedom as well in your home environment, and to achieve that through the partner. And that's where the relationship improvement comes into play. So it's a great time to initiate anything related to that and improve your relationship dynamics, and bring more passion in it. So don't settle for anything less than what you are truly deserving, Scorpios, and do go for the one that truly appeals to you and truly appeals to your soul as well. Sagittarius, for you the new moon in Taurus occurs in your 6th house. Now 6th house is inherently about work and health. It's also to do with your daily habits, daily routine, your work environment, and your lifestyle, your daily lifestyle. So new moon in your 6th house could trigger new beginnings in terms of your work or your job or your health regime, or all of it. So any themes related to this, you have the opportunity to have fresh starts and new beginnings. So if you are looking at or if you're not happy with your current job situation, or you have just recently resigned from your job or left the job, it's a good time to initiate a new work or new job, or apply for new job and go from there. Also in terms of your health, it's a good idea to start a new health regime or a diet plan if that's what you're looking at, and to improve your health. So you could be quitting any kind of bad habits, or you could start a new diet or exercise plan, and all this could be very beneficial, because new moon does help you to make these fresh starts, and you will be able to see results in 6 months time if you start it now. So take these steps to improve your daily life, daily habits, just your daily situation in terms of work and health. And it's very important to balance work and work life and home life and your health and all that, because if you're not healthy enough, you cannot perform, you cannot do work enough well. So it's important to prioritize your health and take care of your health, and indulge in self-care and your health care to be able to be up to it in your daily life and your daily routine. Now Neptune is in your 4th house of your home environment and family situation and your emotional comfort, where you feel emotionally comfortable. And this new moon in Taurus is forming a very harmonious aspect with Neptune in your 4th house. So 6th house and 4th house the energies are harmonious during this new moon. So you could be looking into improving your home situation and work situation, and maybe working from home, and that makes you a bit more comfortable during this time, and you feel more efficient in your surroundings as a result of this changes and the new beginnings and the new starts that you have inculcated in your life during this new moon in Taurus. So you could be changing your job and working from home, or maybe starting something that is from home, some kind of daily work situation or daily habits, daily routine that is more surrounded around the house, your home environment. So all this is very harmonious, very supportive energy for you to start, Sagittarius. Now this new moon in Taurus aspecting Neptune is making you also very artistic and very creative and very inspired and intuitive during this time. So you could use all this energies, all this these powers that you have feeling during this time to start something and create an environment for yourself which is more conducive to your inner well-being, and is more helpful, and is really growing you from inside, and you are also very much in tune of your own emotional need and your inner needs, and you're able to use this energy to achieve what you want, what you truly want, Sagittarius. Now Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius in your third house, Sagittarius, and for Sagittarius it's a harmonious aspect because Sagittarius is compatible to planets in Aquarius. So it's your chatty house, it's your expressive house. You're very networking during this time. You are involved in improving your situation through networking and expressing yourself. So Saturn here in your third house gives you the opportunity to bring about a little bit more structure in terms of how you communicate and how you deal with your close ties, and you're a little bit more serious about how you're expressing yourself and how you're networking and getting involved with people in your surrounding, and how you're improving and bonding with them, improving your situation as a result of bonding with them. So all this is very harmonious to your sign. Now with this new moon, it's squaring. Saturn in Aquarius is squaring to new moon in Taurus. Now this square between your 6th house and 3rd house of your work and job and your communication skill can bring a bit of a tension and conflicts between them. So it's important to think before you speak, and what is it you are trying to express. Like, be mindful of the words you choose so that you're not getting into a situation where it's not conducive to your well-being and for your growth. So it's important to think over your words, Sagittarius, before you express yourself. Now Venus and Mercury is in your opposite house in the sign of Gemini in your 7th house. So you're definitely thinking about togetherness and improving your partnership. You're very serious and about improving your relationship. You're quite attractive and gracious as well in these areas. So it's you are definitely coming across as more appealing. So you're definitely using your time now to get to know more your partner, and you're spending more time with them, and you are more focused on togetherness during this time, Sagittarius. So overall, Sagittarius, during this new moon in Taurus, you're definitely craving to reorganize and reschedule your whole life during this time. You are thinking about your habits, your health routine, your work routine, your partnership, and your communication style, everything, all the intimate committed relationship or any kind of commitments that you have, whether it's financial or work related or partnership related. You are craving a kind of an overhaul in these areas, and you really want to do something new, and it's a great time to begin something in these aspect. So this new moon is putting a lot of focus on your wellness and your relationship. So it's a good idea to refocus and reschedule your life around this so that you are able to achieve more on a daily basis in terms of not just the duties and the things that you do on a daily basis, but also the happiness that you feel, the fulfillment that you feel through partnership, and the time that you spent in bonding with your partner. All this it can improve. So Sagittarius, do think out of the box to improve your work situation and bring in your wellness and your partnership aspect in your life together, and use your communication skills to improve all this thing rather than make it more difficult for you. So use your communication, more mindful communication, to improve relationships, and not just with your partner but any relationship in your life. And all this this new one will definitely help you improve your work situation, and this will come to you as a result of thinking a little bit more out of the box and finding creative solution for whatever you are facing. So Sagittarius, you are craving freedom, a certain sort of freedom, and you can only achieve this by using your intuition and creative solution to achieve that comfortable state that you want to be in. So Sagittarius, connect with your soul and your mind and your inner self, and use this Taurus new moon energy to appreciate even the little things in your life, and this overall will give you a sense of freedom in yourself, and also it will put you in a comfortable state where you can feel fulfilled and really enjoy your daily happenings and your family life and your partnership and your daily routine. Capricorn, for you, the new moon in Taurus occurs in your 5th house. Now, this new moon in Taurus is in a harmonious aspect to your sign because both Capricorn and Taurus are earth sign, and the planets in these signs are harmonious to each other. So 5th house is associated with your creativity, your children, your inner passion, romance, the fun, recreation aspect of life. So new moon in 5th house gives the opportunity to have a fresh start in these areas. Now, this could mean that you are becoming a parent, a new parent, or you are your children are finishing school or moving forward, or they are entering a new stage in their life, or you are discovering a new passion in yourself. You want to do something else, you want to do something more fulfilling in your life, or this could manifest as experiencing a new sort of romance in your life, or you want to enjoy and have more fun, indulge in more fun-filled activities now. So all these energies are there for you, Capricorn. So do indulge in any artistic and creative activities that you feel fulfilled, and it's a great time to do that. Now, this new moon and Neptune connection is really making you indulge in your passions and things that you enjoy, and you're very much using your imagination and creativity to indulge in more fun-filled activities with your family, with your children. So this is a great opportunity to really splurge in yourself, Capricorn. So you have been working very hard for a number of years now, and it has been quite a testing time for you, Capricorn. So use this energy while you have planets in your 5th house, this energy to enjoy yourself a little bit. So do indulge in fun activities and pleasure-seeking activities and recreational activities to relax yourself. Now, this new moon in your 5th house with harmonious aspect to Neptune in your 3rd house is really asking you to really go out in your surroundings, in your environment, in your friend circle, with your friends, get together, spend some time, have fun, enjoy yourself, and really get out of your daily work and the hard work that you put in, the efforts that you've been putting in all these years. Really go out and enjoy, have a good time, indulge in recreation activities, fun-filled activities with your children, with your friends, and with your family. So get out and do that, and just relax yourself and take care of yourself a little bit, Capricorn. Now, Saturn is in your 2nd house, Capricorn, since the beginning of this year, and it's in a long-term transit and will be in the 2nd house for next 2.5 years. So what it's doing here is it's bringing a little bit more discipline and structure in your finances, and it's asking you to build a more stable financial plan, a stable long-term financial plan that is beneficial to you. So Saturn in 2nd house is forming a square aspect to the new moon in Taurus in your 5th house. Now, 5th house is all about fun and games, and 2nd house is your finances. So a square aspect is obviously clearly saying that there could be conflict in terms of money and having indulging in recreational activities. So it's a good idea to plan your activities, whatever you want to indulge in, plan it and be mindful of how you're spending your money, and you're not overly spending and getting into a financial crisis. So have a balance between both these areas. Also, you could use this square aspect in a more positive way, and use any kind of inspiration or creative passion or something that you're more inherently driven about and passionate about. Use that to generate more income. Get involved in a side income where you're using your creative self and your inspiration and your passion to earn more money. So Capricorn, overall during this new moon for you, the themes of what makes you happy and what makes you passionate is coming to the forefront. So use this energy to bring out the creative in you and the fun side of you. Now, you have been working very hard, but sometimes it's a good idea to keep your work aside and indulge in creative activities and fun-filled activities. Now Saturn, your ruling planet, will want you to focus on your finances and keep a tap on it so that you don't lose sight of it and get into a financial crisis. But it's also important to have fun and do what makes you happy and makes you feel creative. So it's important to balance both the energies. Now Capricorns, you have worked very hard and you have accomplished the goals and ambitions that you have, or you're on the path to achieving those goals and ambitions, but you're also worthy of indulging in things that make you happy. So do that during this time. So take a backseat, Capricorns, during this time from your work, and enjoy the fruits of your hard labor and enjoy the praise and appreciation that's you're surrounded with during this time. Aquarius, for you, the new moon in Taurus occurs in your 4th house. Now the 4th house is the house of your home. It's the house of your family environment, your emotional comfort level, your parents, your family members, all the people that you live with. And it's also the house of your real estates, or the house, the physical house that you live in. So all these things are getting an opportunity to have a fresh start. So this new moon in 4th house could trigger things like moving homes, or you have purchased a new property and you're moving out and you're moving into a new house, or a family member is moving out, or somebody is moving in. So anything to do with house and your home environment, some kind of new beginning in that. So new moon in 4th house could also mean that you're moving away from your roots and your home. So home is not just your house, it could be your home country or home city. So in a new city or a new country and in a foreign place, so all this could happen. Now Neptune is in the 2nd house in the sign of Pisces for you, Aquarius. So this new moon in Taurus is forming a harmonious aspect to your 2nd house. So the 4th house and 2nd house could mean that you are trying to find some value in your home environment and where you are moving to. So you're very much focused on nourishment and comfort and a steady home environment for yourself and for your family during this new moon, Aquarius. So you could be also reaping some kind of financial benefit during this time as a result of your home environment or house. So if maybe you have sold a house, or you have moved into a house that is a good financial investment or good financial, it brings you some kind of financial benefit or profit. So during this new moon, you're definitely looking at some kind of more emotional grounding for yourself and for your family. You definitely are looking for some kind of more stable and steady domestic setting and your house environment, home environment and family situation. So you are definitely looking for that, and you can expect some kind of new fresh start and new beginnings in these matters during this new moon in Taurus, Aquarius. Now Venus and Mercury are in your 5th house in the sign of Gemini. Now 5th house is the house of fun, happiness and passion and creativity, and it's the house of your children. So with Venus and Mercury in your 5th house, you're definitely looking at enjoying life and having more pleasureful activities in your life, more fun-filled activities. You're definitely looking at that, and also through this you are trying to create a more stable home environment. So you're spending time with your children and your family members and indulging in recreational activities to form a more stable and happy home environment. So you're definitely reflecting more on your emotional surroundings, and your main goal is to find a more stable and steady family environment. Now Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius in your 1st house, and you may feel a bit of a sense of heavy responsibility over your shoulder during this phase, Aquarius. Saturn moved in Aquarius during the end of 2020, in December 2020, and will stay in the sign of Aquarius for next 2.5 years. So you will feel a sense of responsibility, a bit more structure in your personal life during this time. So this may feel a bit heavy and a testing time for you, Aquarius, and you may feel that it's really challenging period. So it's important for you to cultivate a home environment that's more conducive to your own emotional well-being and emotional setting, your own inner self, where you feel more happy and fulfilled from within. So you will feel that there is a need to balance your the responsibilities that you have, you're feeling in your life during this whole year, and during this new moon, with your family environment and the stability and steadiness that you are aspiring to achieve in your home environment. So overall, Aquarius, during this new moon in Taurus, you're definitely feeling the need to balance your sense of personal freedom with the need to have a stable foundation and family environment, a home environment. Now, you may feel a bit challenged by this aspect and the need to balance your foundation with your sense of self, but ultimately you will feel more liberated once you have channeled your energies in a way where you're able to use these to have a balance and work towards it in your life. So Aquarius is a great time to look at your home environment and see how can you find a sense of personal freedom in your home environment. So how you can renovate your home or readjust your house in a way that you feel that you have a personal space where you can feel the personal freedom that you're craving for, and you can express yourself in the way that you want, and which is liberating and freeing and is not making you feel as if you're confined. And as a result of achieving your own sense of personal self, you're also able to balance your home environment, and you're able to find that balance with your family members and your own self. Pisces, for you, the new moon in Taurus occurs in your third house. Now, the third house is all about communication. It's your neighborhood, your surroundings, your siblings, your early education, and your learning and your networking. So a new moon in your third house could trigger new beginnings and fresh starts in these areas. So this could mean that maybe you are getting involved in a new short course, or you're starting something new with your sibling or in your surrounding. Or it could also mean that you have changed your style of communication and you're using a different way of communicating with others. Or you could be traveling and building new networks. So anything related to this can be triggered during this new moon in Taurus. So if you're looking to change something on these lines, like how you want to communicate with others, or if you want to learn something new, it's a good time to initiate these things, Pisces. Now, Neptune is in your sign Pisces, in your first house. So the new moon in Taurus is forming a very harmonious aspect to this new Neptune in Pisces. So there is third house and your first house energy. So you could be using your communication skill or new improved way of communication skill to have a new personal experience in life, or you could be spending time with your siblings or in your surroundings, or interacting with your neighborhood in a renewed way and a re-energized way, and you're maybe projecting yourself a little bit more in an artistic and creative way and communicating your creative artistic self onto others. So there's a lot of focus on your inner circle, on your contacts and connections, on your networking during this new moon in Taurus for you, Pisces. And it's a good opportunity to begin something new in these areas. So this harmonious aspect with the new moon, with Neptune in your first house, is really opening you up and making you more aware of your surroundings. And it's not a time to be shy and be introverted, Pisces. So do go out and mingle with people and share your experience and connect with others and bond with others, especially in your surroundings and also your siblings or any close ties that you have. It's a great time to do that. Now, Saturn is in your 12th house, Pisces, and it's been there since December 2020 and will stay in there for the next 2.5 years. So Saturn in your 12th house makes you want to spend more time in solitude, or create circumstances where you want to be more by yourself and reflect on your past and think about old patterns, and it gives you a sense of nostalgia. And with Venus and Mercury in your 4th house, which is the house of your home environment, So this is making you want to isolate and spend more time by yourself and reflect on your past and just generally life, what has been happening in your life, just to reflect and rethink about what has been going on and what's to come. So Saturn in your 12th house in an harmonious aspect with the 4th house planets of Venus and Mercury is making you spend more time in solitude in your home. So you have this opportunity to rethink and spend time in your home in more solitude and reflect on whatever is happening, but also there's an opportunity to come out and spend time and with people you have close ties with. So this new moon forms a sort of a tense aspect to your social side. So even though there is an opportunity to spend time with people in your surrounding, you may still choose to spend time in your home environment by yourself and have more quiet hours to yourself. So this new moon is forming a tense aspect to your social side, Pisces. So even though there is opportunity to spend time with you in your surroundings and your neighborhood and people with close ties, so you may choose to honor your private life and private self and your solitude more over interacting. So you are spending more time in solitude by yourself rather than going out and spending time with others. So Saturn in your 12th house is also making you want to have that much needed boundary around you and to spend time in solitude. So this new moon is asking you to connect with your immediate surrounding and community, but the square aspect to the planets in Aquarius in your 12th house is forming a sort of a conflict with having more solitude and personal time. So the best way to use the square energy is to find a middle ground and balance both the energies so that you are able to interact with people you're in close ties with and have that personal time to yourself. Pisces, you are a very emotionally intelligent sign, so use your sensitivity and your creative self to connect with your own personal need and what is it that you want, what is your own emotional need. This new moon will give you some sort of eagerness to learn new things and maybe a short course, something more on a creative level. So do that, and you could use this the time in solitude to learn some creative skill, and this could be something online, because Aquarius is to do with the internet, which is your 12th house of creativity and your inner passion, your subconscious, and that's where the Saturn is. So it's giving you some sort of solitude. New moon in 3rd house is also giving you a lot of mental agility and a lot of mental energy and creative energy. So you can use this time to connect with other people more on a creative level, more on a mental and creative level, Pisces. So overall, Pisces, this new moon in Taurus in your 3rd house really makes you want to use your creative communication and mental agility to communicate and connect with other people, especially in your surrounding and in your close ties. And with planets in your 12th house of solitude, it's giving you the opportunity to reflect on your own inner needs and what is it that makes you happy. And with Venus and Mercury in your 4th house, you're trying to create new depths for yourself and more emotional environment with more emotional comfort for yourself. So it's a good idea overall to use the solitude in your home environment to learn new things, creative things, and then thus continue to communicate with others. And this new moon in Taurus is giving you the opportunity to have some fresh start in terms of beginning something new to study, something creative, and then sharing it with other people. Thank you for watching my new moon in Taurus video. I hope you enjoyed it, and please do like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.